I'm In with the ARCC is brought to you by StoredTech, your technology, our passion. And now, here's your host for I'm In with the ARCC, Amanda Blanton.
Welcome to I'm In with the ARCC. Thanks for joining us today. I am your host, Amanda Blanton, Vice President, Marketing and Communications for the Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm here with Sue McManus from Adirondack EAP and Michele Morehouse from Ascend Mental Wellness. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
Thanks, Amanda. It's great to be here.
I know. This is so exciting. So before the show, we were chatting, as we do. And Michele, you've been in this studio before, but not on the mic. So this is exciting. And Sue, I don't think I've had you in here before.
No, this is my first time.
So here we are. This is exciting. And we are going to talk about 2 community events that are coming up, as well as the story behind it, because I think that's important for us to share. We're talking about mental health and wellness, fighting that stigma, right, that still exists. I think we're making good strides, but there's still a lot of work to do, and you ladies are a huge part of that. So we're really excited to hear more. So let's start with Brainstorm. This is huge, what you ladies are doing, and a ton of others. This is a collaborative piece of work, essentially. So tell us the story behind it. How did it all come about?
So if we cast our minds back before COVID, in the days before COVID.
The before times,
right?
yes.
Yes. We were, as a community, working a lot on the heroin addiction problem.
Of course.
And the origins of this story, this collaborative, really come from Hometown versus Heroin.
Okay.
Which was a collaborative of community recovery providers. So you're talking Center for Recovery through Glens Falls Hospital, Baywood, and Conifer Park, along with the superheroes of Council for Prevention.
Yes.
And it was primarily an idea of having resource fairs, as you said, to reduce stigma, to talk to family members. So you didn't have to be a person in recovery or struggling, but family members and community providers to address stigma and educate on what was going on in the community. We had some 5Ks, we had tabling events. The Queensbury Hotel was a great partner, and it included our law enforcement colleagues. It was really a very lively time.
Sure.
And we began to, after a couple of years, we began to think we need to expand this out into whole wellness, obviously including mental health and wellness.
Yeah.
And so that was going to be the next step, and then COVID hit. Everything shut down.
Yep.
We know that was devastating from a mental health and addiction point of view, the pandemic itself. After that lifted, we began to say, same collaborators began to say, okay, time to get out and do something. And if you have an idea and you pose it to the great colleagues and collaborators who are in Washington, Saratoga County, something marvelous is going to happen.
Yeah.
So from that, largely with the help of Adirondack EAP and Ascend Mental Wellness, Conifer Park, Baywood, and BHSN, because they had joined the community, we created Brainstorm.
Wow.
Still with our solid backup partners of Council for Prevention, wonderful people. And we had 5 years ago, we had the first Brainstorm event, Chalk the Walk at Crandall Park.
Yes.
And that's really, we've grown in these past 5 years with marvelous community collaborators, including businesses like Arrow Bank, Finch Bryan, The Car Shop, Stewart's, who have provided money for us to be able to get T-shirts and keep the events going. Because this is all free of charge. And all the people, every single collaborator, and Michelle's got a huge list of the members who help us with this.
Sure.
But every one of them offers their time free of charge.
That's wonderful.
So, if you've got someone like Weight House coming in, or our BHSN members, and now we've got Adirondack Folk School, and as we've expanded and these really cool partners, it's all their time is donated free of charge. So major kudos to all the people who help us with this.
That's incredible. And it is really what makes this region so special. And you have a collaborative group spanning across 3 counties.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing. And they're all willing to help and do their part, which is fabulous.
It's all about stigma busting. The goal is stigma busting.
I love the way you worded that. That's wonderful. Now, I have to know that the Chalk the Walk, right? I know what it is because I've been. It's an incredible event. I've loved watching it grow over the years. But where did the idea come from then? What exactly is it?
So the actual idea for that came from Rebecca Ryan, who at the time was with Ascend. Now she's a colleague at Glens Falls Hospital, and she read about it online and said, hey, what about if we brought this? And what do you need? You need some boxes of chalk.
Right.
So we, Adirondack EAP purchased the first chalk. Now we have many collaborators who help us with the chalk.
Great.
And away we went. So, Rebecca and Ginger Miller at the time as well, very creative, took off that very first event and said, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And so that's their baby.
Yeah, that was the idea. Yeah. And for those that have not had the pleasure of going, what does Chalk the Walk entail exactly? There's chalk involved, we know that.
There's chalk,
Yes.
There is chalk and there is a walk, as in a sidewalk.
Right.
So just to go off that point, so I think something really unique to think about too is in the time I came on in 23, and you're going into your 3rd year, really expanding, you guys had done it as one unified event.
Correct. Yeah.
And it was, how can we do this throughout the year?
Yeah.
And that was really separating the events into one that's more structured in the fall, into that celebratory open one, as you know it as Chalk the Walk.
Yeah. And I just want to say, when you put a lot of mental health and addiction and recovery providers together, it gets really messy and disorganized. And what we needed was Michele Morehouse at Ascend pulled us forward, made us get our act in gear.
Yes.
So I think we had this messy which was brilliant and fantastic collaboration of providers. And Michele came through and she's like, this is what we need.
Yes.
And wow, she was we couldn't have been what a divine gift really she was coming to us. Yeah,
I would agree.
It was really nice coming into it again, like when I did, because they had so many ideas, and there's still so many ideas, especially with what we have coming up this year. But like just really giving it that definition and that autonomy to each piece of the event. That way, yes, it's open to all the community. We really want you all to come into but how can we also give back to the providers in the area?
Absolutely.
The education piece. So, and that's where our fall event really allows for that.
Yeah. When you live and learn, right? I love, Sue, you're so great. You're just very honest.
I am, it's true.
You are. You're amazing. But you just put it out there. You're like, listen, sometimes when you have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? It gets a little crazy. I think what you had going on was beautiful chaos.
Definitely. Definitely.
Right? Because the intentions were there, but Michele came in and said, you know what? This is my strong suit.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get this organized. I'm going to get all these ideas together and figure out what's going to work, what's not, and how can we grow this responsibly and sustainably, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's such a good point, because we've always operated with a philosophy of, because we give our time for free, there's no such thing as a bad idea. You can come to a meeting, you can miss a meeting, you can throw an idea on the table which goes nowhere, or maybe we don't do it this year, but we do it 3 years from now. It's very free form. So, which is beautiful as you describe it. But you need someone at the help. You need a lot of different talents at the table to say, hey, I can do this and I can pull it forward with the vision. So it's been really, it's an amazing team of people.
Absolutely.
And it's such a humbling experience too, because being able to give that little nudge of that idea is there, especially with what we have planned this year, especially as it embodies celebrating that brain health, the mental wellness, and recovery.
Absolutely.
As it's reflective of that whole health piece.
Right.
Absolutely.
Good point.
So this being the 5th annual, were you both present at the first one, the inaugural? Michele, no.
I was not.
Okay.
I came in January of 23. I was literally started with Ascend in December 22, and
you dove right in.
I dove right into everything at first.
She did. Yeah.
And now that I've gotten to know you better, Michele, I know that's you.
Yeah, so Michele. Michele.
Yes.
She's so talented.
Which is wonderful. But Sue, can you take us back to the first one? Do you have any memory of it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do. I mean, it was.
What did it look like?
There's something really amazing, because I'd been there at the beginning of Hometown versus Heroin.
Right.
And then to me, this was a phoenix rising, right?
I love that.
Not so much the beginning of Chalk the Walk, but the next iteration of what we're going to do as a community for the general public, for people in recovery, for people who live every day with mental health challenges, and their family members, right? And how it impacts family, school, how it impacts everyone.
Yeah.
So that day, it was so exciting to see people just say, yes, here we are. It was post-COVID. It was fresh air. It was getting out there. It was seeing people we hadn't seen for a long time,
Absolutely.
right? Because of the pandemic, and having the children from Glens Falls Middle School attend that, having Tai Chi, and all the people who came out to support us at that event, and the dogs. I always love the dogs walking through the park, because it's a very natural thing. Hey, what's going on here?
Right.
That's how we want discussion about mental health to be. It's like, oh, look at that. There's something going on there. What's that about?
Yeah.
So it was a really great day. And knowing that was just going to be the beginning, we built the energy around it.
Momentum, everything.
The momentum.
Yes,
and now we're in year 5 of this particular iteration of community well-being.
Yeah, and choosing Glens Falls City Park was a grand idea, because to your point, there's people in and out of that park all the time anyways.
Yep.
So even if they hadn't heard about Chalk the Walk through all the avenues that you're promoting it through, they may just stumble upon it, and it could be life-changing for them. Yeah. That's huge.
City of Glens Falls have been great collaborators with us in terms of the use of City Park and also Crandall Park. So we've been, it takes everyone, a little bit of everything, right?
That's good. We're talking about Chalk the Walk. We're talking about Brainstorm, all of these incredible events that so many people, so many hands are participating in, but it's wonderful because it truly is a community coming together to break that stigma, right?
Let's do it.
As you so eloquently put it, Sue. So let's talk about the growth, right? I mean, 5th annual, what's been going on?
So for our 5th annual anniversary, we needed a theme to really, it's a milestone.
Yeah.
As Sue said, where it started in Crandall Park, as it moved into its next iteration over at City Park, more space for the chalking, more space to connect. And this year we're passing on the kindness.
Oh, I like that.
So it's paying it forward, whether being a support system, maybe sharing a resource, or just being there.
Absolutely.
That is reflective of the kindness that we're trying to spread through what we do when we all come together. And it's really unique that our first one in 23, when we came on, it was a very windy day in May.
It was.
We chose May for the split, and for the Brainstorm event in the fall, we chose October, just because it was a good separation, gave that break in the summer.
Yeah, but keeps people mindful.
But May is also Mental Health Month. So that was but there's so much going on, so we're like, okay, when can we do this? So we started off in the middle of the month on the 17th and 23, and now we're at the last Wednesday of May is when we do it. We have decided that is our foundation to do it.
That's the day. Okay, year after year. Yep.
Because that just sets a better precedence of that consistency and transparency with the community. Hey, last Wednesday of every month, especially when you see our banners go up, you know when you see, Wednesday in May, 3rd Friday in October, we know it's going to happen.
We know it's coming every year. Yeah.
So that first one that I got to be a part of, I think we had maybe 15 people tabling at the time. It was very windy. I was on crutches, just like Susan a boot now.
We have bad legs with legs.
You ladies, so watch your steps, literally.
What was really unique was while it was windy, we were all still there. This is before we added in all the extra stuff we've started to do over the last few years. Our big thing was the chalking, focusing on the chalking to get the people involved.
Absolutely.
And I think one of the things that really hit home when we were setting up our tables, because we were all trying to spread out just to kind of make it look like there was something going on.
Yeah.
Because there was.
Right.
We were breaking the stigma. We were coming together. Yep. So what was really unique was when we turned around and we saw this mom, 2 kids, heading into the library to do their art. They're there for homeschooling.
Yeah.
And they ended up doing this beautiful kindness piece in the circle coming in from Maple Street, the Maple Street sidewalk in the little curvature. And it was so beautiful. They worked on it for a good hour.
It was great.
Wow.
It was a piece. So that expanded. And Cheryl started putting down hopscotch.
Yep.
Up by
towards the library. Yeah.
Towards the library. And that kind of expanded and exploded into our hopscotch of hope. And so we've kind of played on that the last couple of years, but just being out there, the last 2 years we've grown to having anywhere from, we haven't had less than 30 people attend, 30 vendors attend.
That's
the last
incredible.
2 years. This year we're up to 50.
Wow.
And it's each version is unique.
Yep.
24, we did open mic. We invested in a mic. We had a few people share poems that met over on the bandstand. Last year, we had council had set up the Mega Brain up there for the walkthrough. We had, again, the Glens Falls Middle School come through, and the students showed up in droves with the teachers.
That's wonderful.
And it was so amazing. But now it's something that the homeschooling parents look forward to. The library pushes, and we get people that walk through on their lunch breaks, and because we do it 10 to 1. We do it during those key times when people can come, they can attend. It's great weather.
Yeah.
And what was really unique about this is last year we made it our goal to get the hopscotch started from where that kindness art mural was started to the other side of Glen Street, and it happened. It happened.
Great.
We had so many squares filled with messages, and it wouldn't have been possible without the students.
Absolutely.
And
they were a big part of that.
yes,
Yeah.
and the schools are a big part of where this is expanding to
Yes.
and growing. One of our goals and our hopes is to be able to represent in May, go out to the schools, embrace them. And it's really nice because Glens Falls did that, and so did Corinth schools.
Corinth, yep.
They really pushed. They took time with the students to go out and chalk.
Yeah.
They shared the messages with us. The students had a great time.
Beautiful.
But that's where we hope to embrace that more in the future.
Absolutely.
Can I just add in there too, as well, the schools are essential because you've got young brains learning about mental wellness, right? And the possibility of recovery. Our businesses have also done that. I want to give a special shout out to Arrow, who chalked as far as Plattsburgh.
Wow.
The Arrow give chalk to their employees, and they get out and do that. So businesses getting involved. How powerful is that? That you could, there's a lot of work still to be done.
Absolutely.
Sue sent me a picture. It was in 24, and they, at the main office in Glens Falls, they had tables filled with chalk to go out to their branches
Oh
to
my
chalk.
They delivered the
And they
chalk
are
to the branch.
and they're so great because the local team walked over, they talked, they chalked right over. So it's great to be able to see that expansion of
Absolutely.
this is where we started, but just because it's Warren, Washington doesn't mean it can't happen up in.
Of course.
It's expanding, and that
Exactly.
reach is so amazing.
In
You
fact,
all have
we
only just
challenge
begun.
you.
Yeah.
We're challenging everyone listening to this to say, hey, get out and chalk in your, Warren County, do it, Washington County, do it. So let's get out and chalk everywhere, and let's extend around the corner. Would you want to set a goal for this year, Michele? Do you want to get that hopscotch round the corner
I like
down
that.
to the pineapple.
So if you hear this, we're going to challenge anybody that attends, and let's get it down to from Maple to Glen, and then start to circle it up around Bay.
Oh, you want to go the opposite direction.
Bring it over in a half.
Yeah, we can do that.
Bring it in that half.
We can do
eventually,
that.
because
Beautiful.
I don't know if people know this. If you pull up the map from Glens Falls Rec of the Glens Falls City Park, and you turn it a certain way, it is in the shape of a brain.
No way.
So
Michele taught me that.
Yeah. So
That
we
is
break.
cool.
So if you notice a common theme, we break up the park into certain divisions of the brain.
Yes.
So like your artistic side, your more analytical, more resourceful.
Yeah.
So, but with those little things. And what's been really unique, while in 24 and 23, when we moved to City Park, Ginger was really great in putting together that huge scavenger hunt where everybody had to visit a table in some form to find something. But it evolved where every vendor is getting involved by bringing an activity now.
Yep.
So that allows us to scale back a little bit and have them be more participant, and it engages people. So
Exactly.
what's really good is at our folk school, when they came on last year with us onto our committee, they brought a loom and started creating a community loom.
Yep.
Wow.
And that was so amazing because each thread was a different hand, someone who had stopped by.
It's fantastic.
And
Beautiful.
we were honored with those pieces at one of our little events that grew out of the Chalk the Walk.
Yeah.
So what we did was, how can we get into more of Washington County or other parts of Warren County that are more up north?
Absolutely.
So we're playing around with the word Chalk the Walk, and in one of our meetings we were like, oh, we'll just chalk it out, you know.
Check it out.
So we ended up doing 2 dates. We did one in August and one at the end of July. We did a day at the Derby Park in Hudson Falls.
Yeah.
We did at their community day. We did a quick little 2-hour pop-up where we just brought chalk and ourselves.
Yeah.
And we just chalked around on the sidewalks. And something also to point out is, starting May 1st, we encourage everybody to chalk around the community.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a big part of it. And submit your photos at hashtag or at WWC Brainstorm. We'd love to see them.
Wonderful.
And then we also did the same, Adirondack Folk School hosted us for a morning in August, and we did a beautiful setup. We had people, they also happened to have like a town garage sale or something going on.
It worked well.
And we had people walking in and walking by.
That's
so
perfect.
we had this one little guy that was so involved. He couldn't have been more than 3.
I think he was.
But like,
with his grandmother.
as Sue said, it starts early. You
Yeah.
know, that learning, that building,
Absolutely.
that. So like seeing that, it was just a great experience, and being able to do that, and we hope to do more this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The opportunities are endless.
It's
right?
endless. The idea, every single person listening to this, every single person in our community owns a brain. And we've got to take care of our brains, right? We've got to reduce the shame and stigma around it. So taking care of our brains is what these events are all about.
Absolutely.
To teach you how to do that. And
Yeah.
this year we also are hoping to have the colon present. So this year we hope, weather permitting, to have the brain and the colon so we can learn at walkthroughs, so
Yes.
we can learn about the brain-gut connection.
It's so interesting, right?
And
Yeah. It's a huge
and that's
piece.
made possible by our partners up at the Warren County Public Health. So
Yes.
that is so nice that we're able to do that.
Again,
Brilliant.
this collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, ladies, we have like a couple minutes left. I know. I knew this was going to happen. We're into it, and we don't have enough time. But what else do we need to know about Chalk the Walk?
Just show up. It doesn't
Okay.
cost anything.
Yeah.
We provide the chalk. Come bring, it doesn't matter if you're artistic or not. Come write some words. Come look at all the beautiful chalkings. Simply show up, please.
That's it. Yeah. For yourself, your family, and your community, right?
You
got
Yeah,
it. You got
absolutely.
And come and experience our new piece this year. We're really expanding on the art piece
Love
because
it.
we're such an art-based community. We really want to play on that.
Yeah.
So we have set up on the Maple Street side, we chose 5 artists from our history.
That's great.
We chose Degas, Frida, Michelangelo, Van Gogh, and
That's
Munch.
okay.
Munch.
Okay, there. I knew it would come
So-
forward. Yes.
Each has a unique history of struggling with something,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
whether it's mental health, substance use, or addiction.
Yeah.
Or even brain health, whether
Yeah.
dementia, Alzheimer's,
Sure.
or a chronic illness.
Exactly.
It all plays in, and we really wanted to bring in, especially as we have the students come over, or we really wanted to bring an educational piece, but we're also still calling out to artists, like, whether you let us know or not, show up, like, if they've inspired you, and, like, add your talk, add your piece to this, send your message.
Wonderful.
Yeah, brilliant.
And that's the last Wednesday of May.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
10 until 1.
10 to 1 in Glens Falls City Park. Looking
City
forward
Park
to it.
is by the library. I always like to remind people.
Yes. Yes.
By the
Sometimes
library.
people get confused.
They
by the
do,
library.
but yeah, by the library, easy peasy. And then remind us very quickly about the date and location of the event in the fall, the community resource event.
So our Warren Washington Brainstorm Community Resource Event will take place on Friday, October 16th from 10 to 1 p.m. at the Salvation Army in Glens Falls on 37 Broad Street. We hope this is a little bit more structured. We have workshops. It's really great for providers and staff to come, especially to learn a little bit. We have some very informational, educational
Absolutely.
pieces that are beneficial both to our community and to our providers and partners.
You've explained it perfectly. I go every year, and it's very powerful, very energetic.
Nice.
But I always leave with a nugget,
Good,
right? Yes,
good,
and that's
good.
the idea. So.
And it's free of charge.
And that's
All
free
our
as well,
events
yeah.
are free of charge.
Wonderful. We want to eliminate any barriers, right, to
Absolutely.
people being seen and heard and getting those resources that they may need. So wonderful. Well, Sue, Michele, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, Amanda.
It was great to hear the story behind this two beautiful events, really, and just to see the evolution over the last 5 years. It's truly become something that I look forward to every year.
Oh,
So,
thank
yeah,
you for
of
that.
course.
Thanks
No,
for
and-
having us.
We appreciate you being able to do this as
Of
well.
course,
To share this.
yes, my pleasure as always. So everyone, stay tuned to Facebook and social media because again, you all do such a great job of promoting that. But look out for Chalk the Walk and Brainstorm. All right, that's all the time we have for today on I'm In with the ARCC. Be sure to tune in next week.